What's up, guys? So today I'm going to show you exactly how to lose 10% or more body fat in 180 days or less using my client Max as an example and going through his transformation. There we go. Okay, so starting out, this is again how to transform your body in 180 days. So lose at least 10% body fat, pack on lean muscle, and learn how to keep it off using the 25 to 6 method without gaining weight back or spending more than 4 hours in the gym a week or giving up your favorite foods. So, starting out, this is Max's transformation. So, as you can see, Max was he was an athlete, so he already did have a pretty decent foundation. You can see that he had muscle in his shoulders, his chest, but he was struggling to get lean. He didn't really know how to lose the fat and keep it off. Typical athlete diet where you kind of crash diet and then gain it all back. That's kind of right where he was. So his goals were to get down to a 10% or less body fat. And that's exactly what we did. So over the course of 150 days, he actually did it in less than 180 days. He went from 239 to 182. So he lost 57 pounds and got ripped, got jacked. As you can see, I mean, the transformation is pretty crazy. Absolutely jacked now. And he decided once he got down, he wanted to compete in a bodybuilding show. So that's exactly what he did. And I coached him through the show, and he got first in his class, which was pretty awesome. So, is this method for you? So, are you ready to transform? Are you looking to lose 25 to 40 pounds of fat, build muscle that you'll keep forever? And have you tried everything, but you still don't have the physique you want, but you dream of being muscular with abs? Do you need a blueprint and you're sick of feeling lost and need a simple, proven system that fits your lifestyle? So, if those things are true, this is definitely for you. Now, this method is not for you if you want to remain stuck in your old ways. You want to keep trying traditional methods instead of a new proven system. I get this all the time. People come into my program and they want to stay stuck in their old ways where they're not seeing progress because as men, we all have egos. We all have egos. We all think that our way is the way and that we're right. And not gonna shit on anybody, but definitely, once they finally kind of adopt my philosophies and my teachings, they see the results and kind of speaks for itself. But this method is also not for you if you're looking for quick fixes and you're not interested in a sustainable system that keeps you in shape for life. So the thing with me is, no matter how long that you would somebody would work with me, I want to prepare you so you have the habits built and the belief in yourself and the systems that you are going to be able to stay in shape for life. I do not want somebody to crash diet, get to their goal, rebound, and go right back to where they started. Now, this is also not for you if you cannot commit time. So, if you're not ready to allocate at least 3 to 4 hours in the gym each week, and that can vary a little bit, but that's what you need to be ready to set aside. So for me personally, I'm in the gym 4 days a week for 45 minutes at a time. So that's 3 hours. That's all you need to get to your goals. And this is also not for you if you don't believe. Simply just don't believe that you can reach the ultimate version of yourself. So don't sell yourself short. You've probably seen videos where people post like their transformation. They're like, yeah, I thought I was only going to have to lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds. And then they end up needing to cut 30 or 40 before that they're happy. They feel full of energy. They feel confident. And if you're already selling yourself short, or if you're stuck in your ways and you don't think that you're the type of guy that can get to the dream spot that you want to be, then this is not for you. I want people that believe that they can be that guy, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can be that guy. So, the truth no one tells you, you can absolutely get ripped without giving up your favorite foods or spending countless hours in the gym, all while keeping your results forever. So, most men fail because they don't understand the proper nutrition, efficient training, or how to adopt the right mindset that makes this part of their life and not just that quick fix. So, this is me. For 6 years, I've been a coach now, and I've been coaching people to get the body they've always wanted. I'm 5'10", 190. I'm not a very big dude, but pretty shredded at the moment. I'm at physique most men are jealous of. I must have been feeling myself or been feeling like I had an ego the day I made this. But extremely passionate about this lifestyle because it's the key to unlocking your highest potential. And that's why I pour my all into my clients. I'm very passionate about this. This is it coming from somebody. I didn't even post my before picture, but my before picture, it was actually one of them was in the first slide. So you saw where I started from. I know that I was stuck for years. I wanted to lean out. I wanted to feel better. I felt like shit every day. I was tired all the time. I had no confidence, didn't want to take my shirt off. I didn't want to go swim anymore like I did when I was a teenager or anything because I just didn't feel confident. And I remember being stuck and so frustrated and just let down all the time. And once I finally figured it out and I figured out how to make this stick long term, my life truly changed. I mean, like your body is your business card. People see that and they automatically see a disciplined dude that they want to talk to, be friends with, network with, whatever it is. So it truly does change your life, not only in your own mental status, your physical capabilities and health, but also unlocking doors from you elsewhere. So, and basically, the reason I started coaching is just because I knew how I felt and I didn't want other people to feel that way. I didn't want other people to continue to be stuck and feel miserable like I did. So, all right, that's enough about me. And so traditional methods fail because of these bulk cut cycles, the yo-yo dieting. And oftentimes that's because a lot of people are not either committing themselves to that long enough term and they're just gaining and losing the same 10 pounds, or they're over bulking, which I see all the time. People put on so much fat and then they can't lose it. Now, extreme diets, keto, zero carbs, intermittent fasting, all of those temporary fixes, I don't want them. I don't want them. They do not stick long term in almost every case that I've seen personally. Overtraining, spending endless hours in the gym with minimal results. Your body needs to recover. So I focus a lot on the recovery aspect. You're getting a proper stimulus and then proper recovery, and that's the key to muscle growth. Not too much stimulus and not enough recovery. So I knew that there had to be a better way, and that's when I developed the 25-to-6 method, which is 25% or more body fat to a six pack. And that's a system that produces full-blown transformations, not just mild improvements. So Max's goal was clear. He said he wanted to shred off body fat, have a six pack, put on more muscle, and become a lot more aesthetic looking. He wanted to look like a natural bodybuilder and then compete, which, like I said, he did happen. Now, these were the recurring themes from men that I talked to. They wanted abs, muscle definition, more size, strength, while maintaining their current lifestyle. And that's when I crafted the perfect program. So again, Max's results, 57 pounds, maintained his lifestyle, We were able to get him at least 2 cheat meals weekly. I don't love falling into the cheat meals. I like to more show you how you can put my teachings into your actual lifestyle. And so there's not necessarily anything that's necessarily considered a cheat meal, but for the most part, yes, we wanted him to be clean most days, especially once he decided fully to be a bodybuilder. But yes, 2 cheat meals weekly. Now, the 25-to-6 method explained. So, what I used with Max, we did a 3-month priming phase, which is the leaning out phase, lower volume, intense training, and then the ascension phase, the 2 to 3 month maintenance lean bulk phase, where his body was almost like a sponge. It's depleted, and then he's super lean, depleted. We start to give him more calories, and he starts to fill out his frame more. His carbs and everything is just making everything, his muscles appear bigger and look even more ripped. And that's why a lot of times, especially like natural guys like if they bodybuild, you'll see them on stage and then you'll see them, a week or two later, and you're like, wow, you look so much better than you did on stage, because they now have all of the nutrition intact to fill out that frame, to have the carbs, soak up into the muscle and fill everything out, make you look more full. That's the word I've been looking for. So each phase optimizes 3 essential components: training, nutrition, and recovery. Component 1, training. So intensity, that's a big thing. So not to get too much into the jargon of everything, or the technical terms, but the number one, like the only driver for muscle growth is going to be mechanical tension. So we're trying to optimize that. So for that, we need intensity. We need the proper weight. You have to be training hard with the right reps, the right rest times, and the tension to tell your body to build muscle. Volume. Hit each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week with 2 to 4 sets per workout for optimal recovery. And selection, strategic exercise choices and split design for maximum efficiency in 4 hours per week. So for Max, how we started it was like this. We just did an upper day. We did legs and arms to give his arms an extra stimulus from what he was doing before. Rested day 3, another upper day, and then legs and shoulders to give the shoulders a second day of stimulus as well and more direct focus. He had 3 rest days a week. Large body parts were 3 to 4 exercises, small body parts 2 to 3 exercises, and rep ranges 5 to 12 depending on the exercise. Component 2, nutrition. So macros, precise protein, carbs, fats. We don't need to count calories if we're hitting certain macro targets, because that's going to put us at the calories that we need. Meal selection, single ingredient whole foods for the most part. I like to incorporate other things as well that maybe have a couple more ingredients, but they're still clean foods. They're just healthier alternatives to other things you like, fiber wraps, protein breads, stuff like that. That's going to make dieting more enjoyable for you long term. So protein, carb, fat, vegetables in each meal. Cheat meals twice weekly to stay sustainable and enjoy life. Meal timing. So for him, we did 5 meals per day, 2 to 4 hours for optimal metabolism. But obviously, some of us that work a 9 to 5 or something, you may not be able to eat 5 meals a day. So we can do 2 meals and a snack, 3 meals. But for him, his schedule worked where he had breaks throughout the day that he could eat on each break. So his starting macros were 215 grams of protein, chicken, beef, fish, eggs, whey isolate for the protein, carbs, rice, potatoes, oatmeal, fruit, Ezekiel bread, the fiber wraps I talked about, fats, olive oil, avocado, peanut butter, almonds, and then also like the eggs as well. And like a less lean meat or fish, like a salmon, he'd get a good amount of healthy fats from that as well. So structured 5 meal program, clean whole foods, perfectly integrated into his daily schedule. Never hungry, rapidly losing body fat and gaining definition. Component 3, recovery. So he had a sleep problem. He was sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night with poor quality, and this was preventing fat loss and muscle growth. So what we did was we had him stop eating 1 to 2 hours before bed, so his body wasn't digesting things while he was trying to sleep. No phone, bright light an hour before bed. I know sometimes that's difficult, so we're going to try for at least 30 minutes. Room temperature 66. I know it makes the bill a little expensive, but another solution to just run a fan. That's what I do. I have my thermostat set to 60, like 69 or 70, and just sleep with the fan on. So then I'm staying cool. I'm not waking up sweating. Journal before bed to clear mind. I had something that I implement with a lot of my clients, especially, you're busy all day, you're running around, you come home, if you have a family, your family life might be crazy. There's a lot going on and you haven't had time to sit with your thoughts. So a lot of times that can be a reason why you're not falling asleep fast. Excuse me. So if you're having trouble falling asleep fast, because you haven't sat there with your thoughts, your mind's racing while you're laying in bed, just being able to get those thoughts out in some way really helps you fall asleep faster. So whether it's having a physical journal, where's my journal at? Well, I was going to show it to you. Oh, here it is. I misplaced it. I got to be a little bit more organized at my desk. But so I have a journal too. I like to get my thoughts out. You could even do it in the Notes app on your phone. Now that kind of diminishes the no bright light, but you get the point. You have to clear your mind a little bit. I also had him start taking a magnesium supplement before bed, which definitely helps the quality of his sleep. So 6 to 7 quality hours was the result. More energy, regulated appetite, wasn't hungrier all the time, and his metabolism also went up. We actually saw his maintenance calories from where we started creep up a little bit. Now the priming phase. So days 1 to 120. Weeks 1 to 2, we worked on finding his maintenance macros baseline. We locked in training, nutrition, and his mindset. Weeks 3 through 13, we gradually adjust the macros based on visual changes and his weight decline. And his final macros went down to 200 grams protein, 150 carbs, 50 grams of fat, and body becomes hypersensitive sponge-like state, like I talked about. Goal was, again, to become as lean as possible, prime the metabolism, and prepare for the ascension phase. So this is not, usually I don't add in a day, but he wanted to add in a day. The 4-day split is totally fine with everybody. That's what I still do no matter what phase I'm in, but I want to be transparent and show exactly what we did with him. So he wanted to add another day in. He felt like his recovery was great. And, as you can see from the picture, there was a huge transformation. He even built muscle in the time, which tells us that his recovery was where it needed to be. He had a little bit of room where we could do even a little bit more. So we went to legs twice a week, chest and back, shoulders and arms day, and an upper day. Heavier weights, lower reps, 4 to 8 range. He got really comfortable with his form. So even, his isolated movements, if he was doing a single arm overhead extension with the cable, a typical movement that's not super stable, he still was hitting, 8 reps because his form got so good and so dialed in. We increased his macros, so kept him at 200 grams of protein, 270 carbs, 75 grams of fat. and some days even went up to 450 carbs. The result, his body transforms into a fuller, leaner, more muscular frame, and strategic adjustments create rapid growth. So, the power of the method. Being skinny fat or out of shape is one of the worst feelings a man can experience, and I can attest to that. When Max got shredded, he only improved. The results were so worth it. Having abs, getting compliments, got a new girlfriend. He never wanted to stop. So the goal is to use the 25-6 method to supplement your life, never take away from it. We want, like I said, we want to implement this into your already existing daily life and change your habits. So this is a long-term thing. But this becomes the basement to finally get in shape and stay in shape for good. Now, this is more success stories. So, Jared on the left, he started out skinny fat. He gained 20 pounds during this time, got leaner, has abs now that you can see. His chest was literally non-existent before. And now he's got a big chest, vascular shoulders. Complete transformation. Sal actually, at the beginning, I don't have a beginning photo. I lost it somewhere, which is bad on my part, but he lost 100 pounds over the time of working with me. Now, this here specifically was about a 30-pound transformation, but as you can see, chest much bigger, shoulders much bigger, arms much bigger. You can't see his legs good there, but his legs grew too. He filled out and also leaned out a lot. Same with Owen here. His weight is actually, by the end, is relatively very close together. He didn't need to lose a bunch of weight, but we took him through the cut, built him back up in the ascension phase, and a lot more muscular. His back is great. You can see the lat popping out there, abs absolutely ripped. That was a fun one. And Lawrence over here on the right, I mean, visually built muscle while leaning out. Like, arms doubled in size, chest got bigger. His legs, you can see the hamstring here to the hamstring here. Now there's a big swoop. Insane. So yeah, these are all guys that have used the 25-6 method, and as you can see, when executed properly with intention and understanding, the results are simply unlike any other method. So your transformation starts now. If you want to lose 10% body fat in 180 days or less, strip away unnecessary fat and rebuild a full muscular frame. Keep your results forever. No more yo-yo dieting or gaining the weight back. Live your life. Enjoy your favorite foods. Spend only 4 hours per week in the gym. The 25-6 method is my gift to you, a proven system to finally end the struggle of attaining a kick-ass physique and keeping it. So that sums it up for the full method. I'm going to leave my call link down below. If you want to schedule a free consultation call and just go over your goals, your struggles, and I can go over my processes a little bit more in depth, I will leave that link below. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.